Good morning. This is Kim.
Good morning. This is Andy.
Yeah, and we're reading to you from the Urantia book, paper 183, The Betrayal and Arrest of Jesus. So we're closing in on this, the climax of this drama. Okay, do you want to go, Andy?
Sure. After Jesus had finally awakened Peter, James, and John, he suggested that they go to their tents and seek sleep in preparation for the duties of the morrow. But by the time the three apostles were wide awake, they had been refreshed by their short naps, and besides, they were stimulated and aroused by the arrival on the scene of two excited messengers who inquired for David Zebedee and quickly went in quest of him when Peter informed them where he kept watch.
Right, because this was, when he went to pray in Gethsemane and he took Peter, James, and John with him,
Mm-hmm.
and they all fell asleep when he went
Mhm.
off to pray, when he
Mhm.
went to pray because he wanted their company. But he said, "Why are you sleeping? You won't just like."
Right.
But they always fell asleep on him.
Right.
Oh, poor Jesus. Although 8 of the apostles were sound asleep, the Greeks who were encamped alongside them were more fearful of trouble, so much so that they had posted a sentinel to give the alarm in case danger should arise. When these 2 messengers hurried into camp, the Greek sentinel proceeded to arouse all of his fellow countrymen, who streamed forth from their tents, fully dressed and fully armed.
Mm.
All the camp was now aroused except the 8 apostles. Peter desired to call his associates, but Jesus definitely forbade him. The master mildly admonished them all to return to their tents, but they were reluctant to comply with his suggestion.
Mm. Failing to disperse his followers, the master left them and walked toward the olive near the entrance to Gethsemane Park. Although the 3 apostles, the Greeks, and the other men of the camp hesitated immediately to follow him, John Mark hastened around through the olive trees and secreted himself in a small shed near the olive press. Jesus withdrew from the camp and from his friends in order that his apprehenders, when they arrived, might arrest him without disturbing the apostles. The master feared to have his apostles awake and present at the time of his arrest, lest the spectacle of Judas's betraying him should so arouse their animosity that they would offer resistance to the soldiers and would be taken into custody with him. He feared that if they should be arrested with him, they might also perish with him.
It's very considerate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's still not thinking of himself, right?
Right, right.
He's getting dragged off to die, literally, and he's thinking, yeah, but he still wants to protect the apostles.
Wow. That's amazing.
I wouldn't be thinking like that.
I don't know what I'd be thinking.
I wouldn't be thinking at all.
Mm-hmm.
Though Jesus knew that the plan for his death and its origin in the councils of the rulers of the Jews, he was also aware that such nefarious schemes had the full approval of Lucifer, Satan, and Caligastia.
Wow.
And he well knew that these rebels of the realms would also be pleased to see all of the apostles destroyed with him.
Jesus sat down alone on the olive press where he awaited the coming of the betrayer, and he was seen at this time only by John, Mark, and an innumerable host of celestial observers. Wow.
Right,
so this is approaching.
Bigger. Yeah.
This is bigger than I ever thought.
Speak on.
Yeah. This wasn't just Jesus and his 12 apostles in the Garden of Gethsemane. There was innumerable host of celestial observers.
Right. Oh, they were all there. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Zebedee was trying to track down his parents or his mother and his family. to tell them what's going on, because they pretty much knew, and they were deciding the apostles. Remember, they had that stockpile of weapons in there.
Right. Mhm.
They did,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And I think it was Nathaniel was the only one who said, I don't think Jesus would want us to use the weapons.
Mhm.
And then so Andrew also gave up his weapons. He's not going to use a weapon either. So, yeah. Peter desired to call his associates, to call everybody, but Jesus said, no, let them sleep.
Mhm. Wow.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you
Have a
next
great
time.
day.
Yep.